Before setup, collect the following supplies. HEMOLUNG cartridge kit. 1 500 milliliter or larger bag of saline for priming solution. 1 500 milliliter or larger bag of saline, 0.45% or 0.9%, to use for seal flush. Turn on the controller using the power switch. Once the power on self-test completes, press Setup Device to set up a new circuit. Replace the soda-lime column with a new one from the accessories kit. Make sure to reuse the end caps. Hang the seal flush saline bag above the infusion pump. Prime the IV administration set and load it into the infusion pump. Hang the priming solution. Open the HEMOLUNG cartridge kit tray. Start by lifting the string on the recirculation bag to unravel the tubing, then remove the cartridge. Hang the recirculation bag and temporarily sit the cartridge on the controller. The recirculation bag must hang below the saline bags. The protective sheath is provided to maintain sterility of the blood tubing. Sterility of the blood tubing needs to be maintained until catheter connection. Connect the one-way valve to the seal flush port using a clean technique. Connect the IV administration set to the one-way valve and run the infusion pump at 30 milliliters per hour. Close the white clamp near the priming spike on the blue tube, and then spike the priming solution. Next, close the blue clamp on the recirculation bag. Prime the cartridge by holding it upside down with the red outlet facing up. Open the white clamp near the priming spike to start the flow of saline into the circuit. Gravity will flow saline through the tubing and the cartridge. Fill the cartridge by keeping the red port up and the entire cartridge below the saline bags. Tap the side to remove any trapped air. Once the circuit is filled with a minimum of 500 milliliters, close the white clamp. Now open the blue clamp to allow any trapped air to enter the recirculation bag. Inspect the entire circuit for any trapped air. If found, guide it into the recirculation bag. Untape the silicone tubing from the bottom of the cartridge and place the cartridge on the controller. Seat the tubing into the sensors and close the door. Place the blue tubing into the strain relief next to the cartridge. Ensure the tubing is not kinked and has adequate slack. Assemble a vacuum canister by firmly applying pressure around the circumference of the lid. Several clicks will be heard when properly secured. Cap the two unused ports labeled Accessory and Tandem. Then place the canister on the controller. Connect the sweep gas vacuum tube to the controller. Install the silicone sweep gas tube from the cartridge into the purge valve. Then connect it to the vacuum canister port labeled Patient. Use care when placing the silicone tubing into the purge valve. Using too much force or excessive stretching can cause damage to the tubing. Now connect the sweep gas supply tube with the bacterial filter to the controller. Make sure all tubing connections are completely secure and there are no air or fluid leaks observed in the circuit. Press Next to start the recirculation process. Check the blue inlet port on the cartridge for air. If found, walk it into the recirculation bag. Once the self-test completes, press Continue. The pump will now run continuously until the patient is ready to be connected. Pressing Next will stop the pump and display instructions for connecting the patient. For complete instructions, refer to the HEMOLUNG RAS instructions for use.